Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. We are going to be looking at the initial round out of Radiance films. And they've got the new website up, they've made announcements and got lots of movies up there. Varied and different movies at that. Some that I'm rather interested in, some that I am mildly curious, and a couple that I don't know 100% just yet what I feel about them. But we're going to dive in together, have a little look at their website, have a look at the products that are coming out, and see what we think collectively as a group. So here's the main website here with a list of the titles is on there. First up, they've had a fantastic announcement week. They had these 3-year gold package, limited to 50, where you could buy every movie they're going to have for the next 3 years. £1,600. Now, they released another set for America as well. It's a hell of a lot of money. It's great because they sold out. They've achieved this kind of influx of cash that's going to help them acquire more things. It's just wonderful to see happen. And I'm incredibly jealous if anybody got that, because I looked at it. I can't afford that. It was way out my limit. I did mention it half-heartedly to the missus and got a look back that said, do you want to be divorced? So I'm just simply going to have to move on to the singular title. So let's have a look at some of the things they've got coming up. Now, we've got The Working Class Goes to Heaven. Now, this green part here at the side is cardboard with the sort of information on it that comes away to relieve a kind of clean cover at the front of this one. Now, they've also got, you see here, we've got the name of the director up here, the title of the movie. We've got Radiance and the dreaded number down here. It is a numbered series, but not in your face numbered. It's kind of mild so far, although I'm sure will cause me some very definite problems at some point. So we have The Working Class Goes to Heaven. Gian Maria Volonte stars in one of the provocative filmmaker Elio Petri's most politically charged films as a factory worker Lulu, a man on the verge of a nervous breakdown following an accident at work, too tired to sleep with his girlfriend, cut out of his son's life by his ex, humiliated and disrespected. The Working Class Goes to Heaven is an oftentimes surreal and darkly comic look at the life of an everyday Italian trying to find a sense of purpose in a world where he is only allowed to be a tool for industry. A savage takedown of capitalism and industrial corruption, the film was a recipient of the prestigious Cannes Film Palme d'Or and features gloriously unhinged award-winning performance from Volonte, accompanied by an exceptional score by Morricone and stunning cinematography by Luigi Cuvieri, who did Deep Red. It's a 2K restoration, uncompressed mono PCM audio, new improved English subtitle, archival interview with Petri, a career-encompassing archival interview with Gian-Marie Volonte from French TV, archival interview with actor Corrado Solari, appreciation of Gian-Marie Volonte and the film by filmmaker Alex Cox. I love to see Alex Cox on extras. He's not on enough. Amazing. A visual essay by scholar Matthew Kowalski on Petri and politics. The Working Class Goes to Heaven background to a film shot on Novaria. An unconventional making-of documentary exploring the real-life family location where the film was shot and the story behind the film's production there. You get a trailer, reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork, limited edition booklet featuring new writing on the film, and this is limited to 2,000 copies presented in full-height Scanvo packaging with removable OBI strip, leaving the package free of certificates and markings. Now, it's hard to really find much information about this. The reviews are kind of up and down. I'm curious enough. There was an Italian trailer on YouTube I managed to watch. This one kind of left me a little bit lukewarm at the moment. I hope to hear a little bit more about it. Next up, we have Big Time Gambling Boss. Again, we'll just have a little look. It's number 12 here. Tokyo, 1934. Gang boss Arakawa is too ill and a successor must be named. The choice falls in Nakai, but being an outsider, he refuses and suggests senior clansman Matsuda instead. But Matsuda is in jail and the elders won't wait for his release. So they appoint the younger and more malleable Ishidodo to take the reins. Clan, honour and loyalties are severely tested when Matsuda is released, resulting in an increasingly violent internal strife. An atmospheric tale of gangland intrigue written by Kashihara and starring Tomishiburo Wakayama and genre legend Koji Sutura. Big Time Gambling Boss is one of the all-time classics of the Yakuza genre. Paul Schrader called it the richest and most complex film of its type. It's a high-definition digital transfer, uncompressed audio, visual essay by genre expert Chris D on the film and its place within the period and genre from 2022. Ninkyo 101, a masterclass with Mark Schilling, author of the Yakuza movie book, from 2022, trailer, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet, and 2,000 limited copies in this one. This sounds pretty great. I kind of like these movies. This is something that I will definitely jump on to check out because, you know, like I said, I love these kind of movies. It's one that I've never heard of. It seems to be minimally represented on various review platforms I look at, so one that I'm interested in. And these are the January release bundle, so they've got a deal where you can get those two movies, exclusive postcards for £30. It's £4 off at the moment, and this is something that I will definitely be picking up. Test the water, see what the new company is like. Next up, we have The Man on the Roof. Again, this is number 2 in the Radiance line. Police officer Stig Neiman is murdered by an unseen assailant brandishing a bayonet. His colleagues Beck, Ron and Kohlberg pick up the case quickly, keen to solve the crime on one of their own. Investigating Neiman and drawing up a list of potential suspects leads the team to discover he was a lousy cop who abused his power with a history of brutality. As their search draws closer, they are caught unaware by a rooftop assassin with a sniper rifle, picking off every cop he can. The Man in the Roof was adapted by the novel by celebrated writers Schwall and Walou, whose Martin Beck character has been released in multiple films and recent TV series Beck. Influenced by the French Connection's gritty verite style, celebrated director Bo Windberg created an incredible spectacle here that would become legendary in Sweden and remains the greatest crime film from the heart of Scandi noir. We've got an HD digital transfer, uncompressed audio, introduction by the director, scene select audio commentary by critic and genre expert Peter Hjelmstad, with a view to realism from 2004, 82 minutes, a documentary by Marcus Stromqvist on the making of The Man on the Roof. Bo Windberg from 1977, 39 minutes, an intimate portrait of the filmmaker in which Winterberg discusses his films and his approach to filmmaking. Bo Winterberg interviewed during the shoot of The Man on the Roof for the STV show Rapport. Original trailer, reversible sleeve featuring designs based on original posters, limited edition booklet, limited edition 2,000 copies prevented in the Scanvo packaging. I love this Nordic noir kind of movement that we're having with all the TV shows and films that are coming out. But this is a bit interesting to go back to something from the 70s and see that. Sounds like my kind of film. This is one that really kind of jumped out at me as something I'd be really interested in. Next up, we've got one of 2 movies that I have seen in their initial lineup, which is Welcome to the Dollhouse by Todd Solondz. Number 3 in the Radiance line. Junior high school student Dawn Wienerdog Wiener is perpetually teased by her classmates and tormented by the school bully Brandon. All she wants is to be popular, and that would certainly help her emerging crush on the leader of her brother's garage band. Todd Solondz A celebrated coming-of-age comedy won the grand prize at Sundance Film Festival, and a young star, Heather Matarazzo, was awarded Best Debut Performance. Perfectly capturing the growing pains of youth in suburbia and startling intensity, Welcome to the Dollhouse was wildly praised when it was released. Yeah, it's got a high-definition transfer, uncompressed audio, newly filmed interview with Salons, a visual essay by critic and author Hannah Strong on the film and its place within Salon's work, audio commentary by BJ and Harmony Colangio of This Ends at the Prom podcast, trailer, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet, and 2,000 copies as well. I haven't seen Welcome to the Dollhouse since the late 90s. I used to think it was really uncomfortably hilarious, was about the best way to describe it, and one that I'm kind of eager to revisit at some point. Next up, we have The Sunday Woman, number 4 in the Radiance range. An odious architect is beaten to death, and a high society wife and her gay friend are the key suspects when a discarded letter implicating them in the crime. Commissioner Santa Maria is assigned to the case and tries to uncover the murder suspect in upper-class Turin. With a murder mystery narrative worthy of Agatha Christie's, The Sunday Woman is also a sharp critique of Turin's upper crust. The screenplay by the celebrated duo Age and Scarpelli, famed for their masterpieces in the comedian All'Italia Bloom, including The Big Deal on Madonna Street and The Organizer, is a whip-smart adaptation of the best-selling novels by Carlo Frutero and Franco Lucchitini, with the lead character of Santa Maria inspired by real-life head of the Flying Squad. The much-heralded director Luigi Comencini often worked in a combination of comedy and drama, finding humour in tragedy. The thing about this is it has a couple of lines in here that just make it an instant must-watch for me. It's a murder mystery and a narrative worthy of Agatha Christie. I love both those things. I am incredibly intrigued by this one. The limited edition special features are a 2K restoration of the film from the original negative, the uncompressed audio, newly filmed and archival interviews to be confirmed. There's a visual essay by Tim Lucas, trailer, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet, and it's down to 2,000 copies as well. Simply because it's a murder mystery, and it's along the lines of Agatha Christie, I am super intrigued by that. The second title that I have seen that I do particularly love is number 5 in the Radiance range. George Armitage, who directed Grosse Point Blank, adapted a celebrated noir author Charles Wilford's novel Miami Blues for the screen, with star Alec Baldwin in the lead role as Frederick J. Frenger Jr., a sociopathic criminal. Arriving in Miami fresh out of jail, he commits one crime after another when he meets young hooker Susie, who he starts to build a pseudo-married life with, including the home cooking and the white picket fence. As Frederick tries to juggle domesticity with his mounting crimes, dogged cop Hoke Mosley threatens to put his freedom in jeopardy. This is a brilliant movie. This is one that I remember just discovering on TV and just absolutely falling in love with it. It's bonkers, and Baldwin is terrific, as are all the cast. It's a great film. So I can't wait to own this one. It's an HD digital transfer, uncompressed audio, interviews with Alec Baldwin and Jennifer Jason Leigh from 2015. David Jenkins looks at Miami Blues and Jonathan Demme's role in the production from 2022. Pulp crime expert Maxim Jublowski discusses the character of Hoke Mosley in both Miami Blues and Wilford's novels, in which he is a reoccurring character. Behind the scenes and promotional image gallery, trailer, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet, and limited to 3,000 copies. Yeah. If you haven't seen Miami Blues, check out the trailer. I think it's a terrific movie. I can't wait to own this one. Next up, we have Red Sun. which is number 6 in the range. Thomas gets a ride to Munich where he finds his ex-girlfriend Peggy, who takes him in. In her flat, he finds Peggy and her roommates have a commune-like lifestyle where they kill the men in their lives after 5 days. But will Thomas realise in time? A pop fantasy focused in the post-68 and women's liberation movements, Red Sun was compared to a comic strip by Wim Wenders and his beautifully art genre collision that is both brilliantly bizarre and provocative. Director Rudolf Thom was an emerging talent in the new German cinema alongside Wenders, Fassbender and Herzog, but received little international distribution and fell into the international obscurity despite a consistent career covering 6 decades. It's a high-definition digital transfer. It's a select scene commentary with Tom, Rainier Langhans, Obermay's boyfriend and Commune 1 member who served as inspiration for the film and was on set for the shoot. New interviews and visual essays to be confirmed. Reversible sleeve featuring designs based on the artwork, limited edition booklet, and a limited edition of 2,000 copies. This one. I like the idea of it, but I would like to see some trailers. I'd like to see some clips of this one. I'd like to read more about it. It's not one that immediately draws me in. I'm curious enough, but I don't know if I'm curious enough to pick it up. The most recent release from Radiance out of all these movies is She Dies Tomorrow, number 7 in the range. Now, when Amy is suddenly stricken by the random idea that she will die tomorrow, a bizarre phenomenon starts passing through her social circle where each and every person is eventually hit by the same realization. They will not last until the next sunrise. Despite there being no obvious reason to believe this, rather than riffing on the notion of contagion as conventional plague, Simet's She Dies Tomorrow takes an abstract route into the subject where one recalls films such as Pulse, where contagion features strong existential element and a sometimes absurdly comic yet deeply unsettling exploitation of a group of people facing imminent, unexplained death. It's a high-definition digital transfer, 5.1 audio commentary by critic and programmer Anna Buchtowski, if I'm saying that right. Apologies if not. A making-of featurette with Siemens and cinematographer Jay Keitel. Newly filmed interviews to be confirmed. A visual essay on contagion and modern horror by critic Anton Bietel. That just sounds cool. Behind-the-scenes image gallery trailer. Reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet. And it's 2,000 copies and English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. I heard a little bit about this movie when it came out. I was curious. It just never came across my path to check it out. Next up, we have A Woman Kills. A series of prostitute murders disturbed the public with the thought of a serial killer on the loose. Helen Pickard, a prostitute, is sentenced and executed for the murders. But shortly thereafter, similar crimes continue. Executioner Louis Goulbieu meanwhile develops a relationship with the investigating officer Solange, who soon learns Louis may not be who he says he is. There's more here, but I won't read that just as yet. We have a 2K restoration, uncompressed audio commentary by Kat Ellinger and Virgin Selave. Introduction by Virgin Selave. On the margin, the cursed films of Jean-Denis Bonan, a newly updated documentary programme featuring the director, cinematographer, editor and musician. Short films by the director. Trailer, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet and 2,000 copies as well. It's number 8 in the Radiance range and I just like the sound of the plot. Again, it's going to depend what else is out that kind of time it gets released, but this is something I could be interested in. And last but not least, we have Fill It Up with Super. Klauk is a car salesman who has to miss a family holiday to deliver a luxury Chevrolet station wagon to his boss's wealthy client. He decides to take his friend Philippe along with him for the ride across the length of France from Lille to Côte d'Azur. On the way, they give a lift to hitchhikers, Charles, who also brings along his friend Daniel, a buddy road movie that came together from genuine friendship developed throughout the months-long script workshop, giving the film a casual, naturalistic quality that predates Linklater's similar approaches by some decades. A meditation on friendship and masculinity, this is one of the last films Cavalier made before approaching more experimental forms of filmmaking. 2K restoration, original uncompressed audio, archival interviews, more extras to be confirmed, trailer. We have the reversible sleeve, the limited edition booklet, and the limited edition of 2,000 copies in the Scanvo case. This is the one that doesn't jump out at me. It sounds kind of not my cup of tea. I'd love to be won over by these kind of things. Maybe I'll see it at the time it gets released, but just now it doesn't fill me with a lot of excitement. So there we have it. The initial Radiance lineup of movies, which I am interested to see. There's a lot to take in here. There are very many different genres. There are different countries of origin. There's a lot going on. I think it's a very varied lineup. I'm interested to see where they go. I think we'll need to give them a good 6 months to kind of figure out what kind of movies that they're going to settle into. For me, there is plenty there to be interested by. A couple I may not be super interested, but I may give them a go just to see. I wonder if you like the announcement that they've made. Is there titles there that jump out as things that you really want to see, maybe things that you're not overly interested in? I would love to know either way. And while we're at it, is there anything that you could think that Radiance would be great at releasing? Why not drop a comment in the comment box below and we can have a little discussion about that. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff if you're interested. Don't forget to hit the like button down below, and in the description box are links to the Patreon and the membership program where you can check out more of my stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on ManVFilm.